Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into podcast Room 303, episode 229. My name is Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us DEPE. On today's episode, we're getting into pop culture pick'em, top 5 worst places to shit yourself. We'll be getting into head-to-head review, blind 5, know what the fuck headline submissions because I didn't carry the load this week, and then we'll get into NFL Week 10 review and the NFL Week 11 preview. How are you doing this evening, Nick?
Yeah, I don't know, Eric. What just happened for the viewers on YouTube?
I meant to go like this, but I couldn't close my hand all the way because it cramped up a bit.
No. I'm not talking about before that. I'm talking instantly as the video kicked on. You looked like you had like a heartburn, like an old man. Like
so, it's because I ate Taco Bell and then I took a quick like Big Bear nap, and then I guess I didn't have time for it to digest, so I had a little heartburn. Fucking Taco Bell, dude.
Did you have Taco Bell in your bed?
Yes.
Oh my God. Eric was like.
The cheese is underneath the comforter
Eric,
on top of the sheets right now.
Stomach acid before he went to sleep.
I may have been sitting Indian style on the edge of my bed eating Taco Bell. And
you
then
finished that last taco. Okay, now here's the question: have you ever got? When was the last time you got a crunchy taco at Taco Bell?
Today.
Gross. You're a crunchy taco guy, Jermaine. Don't tell me you're a crunchy taco guy.
No, soft taco.
No, I prefer soft taco. I just didn't do it today.
Okay.
Soft taco is supreme
all the time,
and it has to be supreme. Don't give me none of this shit without the sour cream on it. Or the tomato.
I hate supreme tacos.
I don't need it to be supreme. Wow. I don't dislike supreme, so I'm like in between. If someone handed me a supreme soft taco, I'm not upset.
All right, well let's not be drastic. If I'm getting handed free Taco Bell tacos, I'm eating them. But like,
did you steal a taco this year?
Did I do that? No, I didn't do it.
I never won. I don't know anybody who's done it.
It's so amazing. So Nevada will probably, the next time Nevada's on this show, the Rockies for multiple years have been running this promotion: score 7 runs, get free tacos. He lives there, so maybe he knows more people. I don't know a single time. We love to send it to each other. Free tacos. And they have a big thing on their scoreboard. We got free taco. I don't know that anyone's ever gone to Taco Bell to get that free taco.
So in 2016, when the Suns weren't good, but that's not what I was trying to say at all. When Papa John's was good.
Right.
Anytime the Suns played, you could just get a 50% off code.
Yeah.
It was like Suns 50. And Papa John's was like right near the spot. So when I was going to ASU, I was just like, Suns play today? Hell yeah, let me get 50% off on that pizza.
They lost a lot of money on that one.
Probably not, because they sell the pizzas at like 4 or 5 times cost.
I was gonna say like 10 times markup.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty fucking high.
It's called markup value. Yeah, for sure. And no. They did the same thing for the D-backs, I think, as well.
I was just saying, when I lived in Arizona, I've only done this once, and it was Jack in the Box doing something for the NBA playoffs. I think it was like they had to miss 2 free. I think if you missed 2 free throws or something, like you got.
That's a lot of teams do that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
If the opposing teams misses 2 consecutive free throws, like he misses the pair of free throws.
Yeah.
And what'd you get?
So we got Jack in the Box. It was 2 tacos. It was the 2 tacos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was the 2 tacos.
So we just got drunk as fuck at the Suns game, and then they announced it in the fourth quarter, 2 free tacos for everybody at Jack in the Box today and tomorrow. So we drunk stumbled over to Jack in the Box, got some tacos.
Jack in the Box is so good.
Yeah, see, Jack in the Box is delicious. I agree with that. Suns started doing a Carl's Jr. promotion.
Shout out Hardee's on the East Coast.
I'm a big time Carl's Jr. guy.
What's the difference?
Nothing.
So a father started
Don't roll your
the chain.
eyes like that. You look it up then if you think there's a difference.
A father started the chain, And then when he passed away, the two brothers split it up.
Har and D. Yeah.
You're full of shit.
So Carl Jr. took his over there.
Yeah,
and then Hardy, I don't know if that's
why couldn't the owners of the Chargers do that?
Split up the team.
Yeah, the offense is in San Diego and the defense is in LA. The same result would happen every game.
Did you hear about the Padres manager?
Stealing money?
I'm sorry, not the Padres manager. He's already signed with San Francisco Giants. They don't have a manager right now. No, the Padres
San Francisco did sign. San Francisco signed the Padres manager.
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh, they made all this talk about interviewing what's her name, Alyssa. I want to say Bowman for the first female, and then she didn't make it even past round 1 of interviews. Will
eventually get hired, but Bob Melvin. A lot of people think he's a good manager. I am not a fan. I think he overachieved with the Athletics, but other than that, I really don't. When he's had talent, he is underachieved, and that's not a good barometer. It's pretty easy to overachieve when no one has expectations. But
that's been the Padres the last 5 years.
Exactly. So Bob Melvin used to once upon a time played for the Giants.
He did.
So they call him Bay Area Bob. And so I was like, that's some pretty good synergy. Hopefully, like that kind of stuff brings him out of his ass hat that he wore for the last few seasons with the Padres, because every report that came out of the San Diego locker room, it's just like, what is this manager doing? But no, the owner of the Padres passed away.
Oh, right.
And I have a conspiracy theory, right?
They killed him.
So the Padres have a huge payroll right now, right?
So they need a life insurance.
And my guy,
Eric, let him spin a yarn.
My guy, can you give me the name of the Padres owner, Eric, that passed away?
Yeah.
So my guy was terminal with cancer, right? So my theory is he took out a fat life insurance policy and then took the liquid assets he had and threw them at the Padres winning a World Series.
Which they didn't.
Which they did not.
And that killed him.
His name is Peter Seidler. So Peter Seidler, and can you tell me who is in line to own? You may not be able to find this. So
it's probably his kids.
I don't know if he has kids or a wife or my buddy mentioned an uncle, and he's a big time Padres fan. So, so he spent all that money on the payroll to try and win a World Series, knowing full well that he'd kick the bucket, he'd kick the bucket, and all that life insurance money would come back to them, and now they can keep the payroll going and run it back.
So it's distributed in a trust that goes to his wife, Sheil, 3 children, and his mother. Oh, and 9 of his siblings.
My Jesus. God, that's not convoluted. Does it say who's gonna operate it?
Who's gonna do the day-to-day management?
Yeah. Who's calling the shots? Like who's called? The trust has to get. This is some succession shit. If I don't have
the deed to the will, so I'd have to.
Whoa.
They're not. You didn't somehow get in that will, Eric?
Well, fucking.
You've been in San Diego,
Eric Washington, Esquire. How about we cut the fucking attitude?
I didn't know there was an attitude along with the statement.
We're just asking questions here.
I will read. I'll do some research and see what I can come up with for you boys.
So does that conspiracy hold?
Helps getting an opinion now.
I think 100% it could be factual.
Does that conspiracy hold weight?
I think so.
Well, yeah, 100%, dude.
I mean, they've convinced the world that we landed on the moon, so why not?
Don't stall, Eric. Don't you fucking start. It's too fucking late for you to be starting this fucking we didn't land on the moon bullshit.
9/11 was not an inside job.
Oh my God, we're not going to be that podcast. We're a sports betting podcast.
On today's episode, we're getting into pop culture pickup.
Show them the head. We don't know shit.
Worst places to shit. Eric, if you'll pull up the doc. I have first pick, and Nick has second pick. Eric has third pick.
I have second pick.
Eric has second pick. Nick has third pick. First pick for me is top of a mountain.
Makes sense.
Because you'll have to make it your way down before you can even address the situation.
Yeah. You can get life flighted at that point, right? I'm getting life flighted. I'm collapsing. I'm faking another injury.
You're paying that fee?
Yeah. Yeah. I've already paid enough.
Pretend to have a stroke and they'll fly you out of there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what we're talking about.
I'll be like that Russian dude who got it. Did you hear about this like Russian dude in New York who was faking heart attacks to get out of paying the bill?
Dude, that's my hero.
That's hysterical.
And he got out of like 27 restaurant bills until they finally arrested him.
That's hysterical. I did hear about this dude who got arrested for stealing food from HEB and pretended to be deaf. And so he signed to the lawyer they appointed him so they could communicate with him. And the lawyer realized he wasn't very good at, ASL and was just like, oh, this dude's full of shit. And the lawyer found out, did the gig for free, got him off. He had no penalties. And then, all he wanted was him to tell his lawyer buddy what he did.
That's so funny.
Man.
And then the dumbass who decided to do ASL was just like, do I have to pretend to be deaf for the rest of my life? And the lawyers just laughed and was like, no, if they say anything, just laugh in their face.
You got off. Double jeopardy exists for this reason.
Oh, that's great. Eric, your pick.
I'm going to go with On an Airplane.
God, that's a good pick. That was going to be my first one. Good pick. Yeah, airplane. And it's like probably halfway through too.
I just imagine myself, because it's going to stink. And people are going to find the source of it. So you're just going to be sitting there with people looking at you, smelling smelling yourself. It's just god awful, dude. You're
not getting up and going and cleaning it. There is a toilet right nearby.
Dude, it's still in the, unless you take the underwear off and throw them out.
1,000%. That's what you do.
They're done,
I think you're just marinating it, dude.
No,
I think you just own up to it and marinating it.
Bro, no wonder you eat Taco Bell in bed, bro.
I'm denying farts in an airplane. Some dude looks at the airplane fart is a race to convict the other person. You crack one off in the airplane, you look at him. Oh, is that you?
How are you supposed to not fart when your belly is full of carbonated beer?
I don't know. My first pick is going to be a different city. I don't care. I don't care where it is in the different city. It's just a different city because the emotional toll that shitting yourself takes. You can't be in a different city.
Is there a story attached to this?
No, there's okay. So not for me.
Oh, okay.
But
from a friend of the podcast.
I have a very good buddy who I just shit himself all the time. And we'd be in Bahrain and he'd have to go home. He'd just have to. It got so frequent that he would come up to me at a party and be like, I need to go home and change. I'd be like, you shit yourself? He'd be like, yeah, I shit myself. Gotta go home. He'd be back in 15 minutes.
Why?
He's too comfortable with that.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Bro, it doesn't just sneak up on you.
Oh, it does.
For him, it did.
Oh, it does sometimes.
Oh, dude, no chance. How do you not know your body's about to shit?
I have another buddy, to be unnamed. He'll know who he is, friend of the podcast. He has this thing called Hubble Trouble, right? And Hubble Trouble is he'll get a certain feeling in his body, and no matter where he is or what he's doing, in 4 minutes exactly, he's timed it. It's a science. There will be poop coming out of his asshole. He's tried to push it off, and it's not just all the time. It's not like every time he has to shit, he has 4 minutes. But there's a certain cold sweat he gets where he's like, if in 4 minutes, if my ass is not glued to a toilet, I'm shitting my pants. And it's happened before. It's happened. It's called Hubble Trouble.
That is amazing, dude. That is amazing.
4 minutes.
Oh my God. All right. What's your second pick after Hubble Trouble?
This is a shout out to you, Jermaine, and some of the 10s and 10s will remember from before we had YouTube on this podcast, the lore of the Room 303 lore. I'm gonna say close to the toilet. When you're about to get to the toilet and you shit your pants, That's the worst.
Yeah. I was like, for the record, I didn't shit myself. I just missed.
Right. We didn't have YouTube back then.
Oh, man. I was running to the toilet like,
Yo, speaking of missing, did you guys see in, I believe it was Amsterdam? I'm gonna look it up for you guys. But they put they painted a little fly inside the urinals to like prevent people from like, you know, pissing on the toilets and shit, and it actually like worked.
Oh, it's something to aim at.
Something to aim at.
Yeah.
And it's funny because guys' nature. It's just guys' nature. You see the thing in there, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try to hit that.
For sure.
It's you know in the urinals they have the little seashell. I paint that shit all the time. Some urinals have like a little like seashell or a dot to keep guys from pissing everywhere.
That's awesome.
I always aim at the urinal cake because I like the way it splashes off of it.
I just piss everywhere. Fuck a dot.
Who's Dot? Is she hot?
Maybe she's not.
All right, Eric, what's your next pick?
I was gonna say, as the groom at your wedding, like when you're standing up there giving your vows.
That that's bad. That's bad pregame prep.
Bro, if your belly is, you should only be drunk. Why is there food in your belly at your wedding?
Yeah.
Although maybe you don't want to slur. Maybe you can't handle your shit. So maybe that's a good point. Yeah. No, I mean that's a fair choice. Let's see. Middle of a training exercise.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's the story isn't good. The story is I shit myself on the middle of a boat. That's just what it is. in full uniform, tested a fart, didn't work out.
With a ray.
We're in the middle of an exercise with the Bahraini Navy. It's another 3 hours until we're even thinking about going home. This is an 84-foot patrol boat. There's no getting around it. I'm the officer in charge. And for you non-military folks, that means you can't leave what you're doing. So I had to excuse myself. And by the way, the bathroom on this thing is down below deck. And it's this little thing.
It's not a bathroom.
And it's rocking. Have you ever tried to take you got to take off the body armor. You got to take off the rigger's belt. You got to take off the pants.
Oh my
you got to take
you were full sprawled too.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck,
yeah.
That sucks.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tested a fart. Didn't work out. Sat in it for about 15 minutes. Went to my chief. Said, "Hey, I just shit myself." And he was like, "You're a kid." I said, "No, I just shit myself. I have to go downstairs and clean this. I'm not sitting in this shit any longer." Then, not only you throw the underwear away. The underwear's gone. The underwear's overboard. It's floating somewhere in the Persian Gulf.
Only Eric would marinate. You're getting rid of the underwear.
It's gone.
It's a self-contained shit cleaning apparatus, bro. Like that's
middle
what
of the
it's
exercise. The worst part of it is our other boat has a picture of me throwing underwear over the side.
Yes.
Because they snapped a picture of it. Because the key of this story isn't
the group.
I don't have it, and I don't think it made it out of deployment. It might have. I will reach out to my contacts.
That's fun. My contacts.
That is. I mean, and then the worst part is just raw dogging it in for 3 hours in tack pants with no underwear on.
That's so funny, dude. I didn't even intend for there to be a story attached to that one. Because I don't have a story attached to that one. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
I know of a buddy who did do it, and I thought it was one of the most funny things ever. So my next choice is on a run / workout, right? Because on a run, all right, if you're near some trees, you're in the wilderness, you go back to man, right? You go to man versus nature. But on a workout, when your ass is sweaty, and you have to go sit on a porcelain toilet with a sweaty ass and have to go shit, like, it's the literal worst, right? It's the literal worst. So not only that, you may have shit yourself and then had to sit on the toilet. So now it's just the worst thing you've ever had to experience. It's hot down there for multiple reasons. You know what I mean? It's just no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And normally when you're running, you're wearing the shorts with the liner. You can't discard all of that.
Nah, that's too important.
You don't have an implement to cut. Yeah. You don't have an implement to cut the liner out. It's a fantastic pick.
I don't know why I just got an image of like one of you guys standing at a sink washing your shit in running shorts, just butt ass
naked. Dude, my buddy, we would always shout out my Navy days. He was like clockwork. The minute he started pumping his knees, his intestines would just loosen up, and the fucking dam was open. He always had to stop in trees while we were running. We're like, "What, bro? You don't stop the momentum, so you got to catch up." So he always had to catch up.
100%. And now it depends on what the definition of shitting yourself is. Like it leaking down the leg, never done that, but I've there's been a little bit of leakage on a run before. I will admit that as a man.
Yeah, this one again has not happened to me, but it is a fear.
Yeah.
it's a fear. Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
So I've never done this and I've never worn one, so I don't know if it'll go through, but I'm imagining in a wetsuit. Like because it's not the material. It'll hold it in, right? Or will it go through? Like I'm not sure how wetsuits work.
Dude, that sounds like a massive problem.
All right. So what happens when you shit in a wetsuit?
That's a massive problem, dude.
So the great thing about wetsuits, right, is that they're basically suction cupped to your body.
To your body.
So it basically just stays between your butt cheeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I mean,
Eric. It's not cool. It's not cool to be
Why
trapped
do you
in a
like
fucking
sitting in your shit so much?
It's not cool to be trapped in a neoprene hellhole with shit between your butt cheeks.
Also, it's skin tight, so you have to strip the wetsuit off.
Yeah.
With the poop attached.
Yeah. All right, so I feel like my pick was a good one. I've never done it, never been in a wetsuit, but I'm assuming it would be absolutely
that's
shit.
Never happened to me, but new fear unlocked. Jesus Christ.
Just trying to hit a big wave, and all of a sudden you got a ball of shit in between your ass cheeks.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
All right, so my third pick, I'm going to go sports practice. I had a buddy, again, will not be named, high school sports practice, baseball. Told the coach he was going to shit himself. Coach was like, "You're lying." We continued outfield drills. And at one point he catches a ball and just keeps running. And as he runs, and this was like in shorts, like it was a day between, hello, you can't talk on the podcast. It was a day between games, so we were having a practice in shorts and a little bit of a walkthrough, and he catches the ball and he just runs. At our baseball field, you had to run basically past the football field to the bathrooms, and all you hear, and it's all concrete. So he catches the ball, runs out of the baseball field, click clank, click clank, click clank, and he's just, you see the back of his shorts is just brown, and it's just trickling down his leg, and he has to run probably a quarter mile, click clack, click clack, click clack. Gets in the bathroom, apparently, goes to like take off his shorts, linoleum bathroom, still in baseball cleats, metal baseball cleats, slips, lands bare ass on the linoleum.
That's awesome. His shit imprint was on the floor.
has to spend another 5 minutes on his hands and knees because he doesn't want to slip again, cleaning his ass print from the linoleum, then cleaning himself up, then throwing away his underwear, then trying to clean his shorts as best as possible. Sports practice, terrible place to shit yourself.
Oh, bro. I mean, that seems a little close to on a run workout, but because of the story attached to it, I'll allow it.
All right. I'm going to go church with my fourth one. You can't get up and leave, right? Or else there's going to be some people.
That is always the first and only option, gentlemen. Stop saying that.
There's going to be people looking at you.
Look, if I'm about to say my vows and I shit myself as Eric's at your wedding, I'm walking away to go take care of this problem. I am not finishing the ceremony.
Jermaine's like, you know what? This isn't going to work.
Look, I love you, and you'll know the full story later. I will be right back.
I will be back. I love you, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you. But this is gonna ruin a lot of people's days if I stay here.
This is priority number one, and I know that's insulting because of the situation.
You'll thank me later.
You'll understand why later. Bro, the option is always go take care of it. That's why top of a mountain is the worst, because you cannot take care of it.
Yeah.
Because you have to make it back down the fucking mountain to take care of that shit, dude. Middle of a training exercise, you can't just leave that shit. Pun intended.
No, you cannot.
All right, Eric, let's get into your fourth.
Thank you for your service.
I'm going to say during a presentation.
Bro.
That presentation is I'm fully with Jermaine. There is no presentation on this earth that I will not stop.
It's like there is no amount of PowerPoints keeping me from cleaning my asshole. Like, I'm just sorry.
I will be briefing at the beginning of December. I will be briefing a foreign nation on something. If in that foreign nation, if in the middle of that presentation, I have to go, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm going to say, hey guys, nah, we're gonna cut it here. We're gonna take 5.
Everyone's yawning. We're gonna need a break.
Let's take a break, and then I'm sprinting.
Yeah, there's no chance, bro. Let's see. On a amusement park ride.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I was gonna say just at the amusement park in general, because it's such a place of wonder.
Could you imagine going up the steel eel and you're one of the people walking underneath it and shit is just falling down from it? Someone's on a yo-yo and they're getting spun in a circle and their feet are spinning and feces is flinging off.
I'm suing everybody.
And you from above, you just have to be like, I'm sorry.
This is gonna be one of those situations where if that happened to me, I'm suing. And emotional damages, I always laugh at, like when they include that in suits. I am 1,000% claiming emotional damage. I just 100%. Had human shit fall from the sky on top of me. There is no chance I'm not suing for emotional damage.
Hey, shout out Dave Matthews Band.
I'll never be the same person.
What's shout out what?
Dave Matthews Band, bro. You guys don't remember this story when we were like 15? They were flying their private plane and they actually released the what would you call it? Like the storage or
the septic tank.
Whatever it was. They released it and it like fell over a city of people.
That's crazy. I do remember that story actually.
Yeah.
How high up were they?
I don't know. Let's find out. I'll Google it while you give us your next one.
Because
Matthews airplane.
How does terminal velocity affect that? Does it not break it up at all?
800 pounds of poop, dude.
Oh, well, that's why. That's a gangbusters amount of poop.
Oh my god!
Jesus, Dave Matthews, stop eating Taco Bell.
That's bigger than a bomb.
Oh my god, this is disgusting. August 8th, 2004.
On my birthday?
Oh shit!
On my birthday, 2004?
8/8/2004. The Dave Matthews Tour Band. Dumped 800 pounds of human waste on top of a cruise that was touring the Chicago River.
Oh, it was over water. That, like the odds of that happening. Also, if I was on that tour, emotional damages, suing. For sure, bro.
The guy who dumped it got 1.5 years of probation and had to pay a fine.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I wasn't gonna say jail because that's too intense.
Dude, this tweet is absolutely hilarious. 18 years ago today, Slow Motion and Lean Back were number one. Alien vs. Predator and Spider-Man 2 were in theaters. Everyone's dad was reading the Da Vinci Code, and the Dave Matthews Band dumped 800 pounds of feces onto a crowded tour boat from Chicago. Happy birthday to your boy! Whoop, whoop. And then for my final pick, in the middle of sex.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, you guys stink at this. I always have the best lists.
Oh. That's brutal.
Not including a Blumpkin, because that's the point of it.
Eric,
also not sex, my
Eric,
guy.
please tell me you have not gotten a blump.
No. That's one. I've marinated in some shitty underwear before for like an hour, but like that's not something I'm into.
Why?
Why you keep saying that?
I
Like,
was stuck in a car in between my two big brothers and couldn't go anywhere.
Pull over.
Yeah, you try convincing my dad to pull over.
Oh yeah, I probably ain't gonna get that.
Yeah, what
done.
the fuck? They were all like, "Shut up, sit down. You did this to yourself."
Okay.
Anyway,
At that point, it becomes my advantage. At that point,
just start.
and you're gonna smell my shit.
All right. For my final pick, I'm gonna go handcuffed in the back of a cop car.
It's a good choice. That sounds like there's a story attached.
No.
Oh, that was
Boo.
boo. You at least got a story with that. Maybe not you.
We gave all these stories, and you're just not going to share a story.
I literally said
All right.
3 in a row. I said I shit myself on a boat. I've shit myself on a run, and I shit myself in a wetsuit.
I've never
And
been
Eric's
in the
like,
back of a cop car. It wasn't me. It was a buddy of my brother, and I won't say his name, so I won't get my ass beat. But
of course, no name.
They
was it Todd? No,
It's Adam.
So they were at this place called Club Rodeo back in the day. Jermaine, you remember Club Rodeo?
Actually, maybe not.
Okay, so there was this place called Club Rodeo. It was like where everybody went for the raves. Apparently, this dude.
Shout out El Paso, by the way.
Yeah, shout out EP. But yeah, they were at Club Rodeo and they had done some illegal substances, and it caused the gentleman to have to shit himself. But as they were going outside, their buddies got arrested for being drunk in public. I guess like a fight broke out, and everybody got detained. Everybody got handcuffed. He got thrown in the back of the car and couldn't hold it anymore. He was off the substance and had to shit himself in the back of the cop car and couldn't clean himself until after he was processed. They literally processed him with shit in his pants.
That's diabolical. That's pretty funny though. I do remember that club.
I gotta ask Nevada if he would let somebody clean their ass or let them marinate.
Nah, they're marinating.
Yeah, I think they're marinating because they don't want to open that Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because you have to watch them, right? Because you can try to escape.
Right? Yeah, you're gonna let. Well, actually, dude, there's only one of two ways you can do it. Right? Either you're taking him to the station and making it, like the station's problem.
Yeah.
Or you're just letting him go. You're like, all right, dude, you've suffered enough. Drive him around the neighborhood a couple of times and then drop him off.
Dude, that sucks. Back of a cop car because he was handcuffed.
Yeah, he was.
I'll finish it off here. I'll relate it to a cop car and Eric's story about shitting. I'm gonna say driving, but if you are the driver, you can't. if it's just you in the car driving down an interstate, man, those rest areas don't come very often.
No, they don't. Oh boy, there have been some close calls.
Yeah. There's been some in a car driving by myself down like I-95. There's been some cold sweats and some prayers sent up to the big man.
I got that Hubble trouble, dude. That's what happens. I was like, oh shit, that feeling. Where's the stop?
Jermaine, remember our buddy had to ask you to help him get his car towed back from Arizona? Remember that?
Oh, bro, that actually happened a few times, but yeah.
Were you with us, or you didn't come with us?
I was not with you guys.
Oh, okay,
I was called for the money to pay for the tow truck.
The gentleman that called you,
get out of here.
Yeah, he rode all the way back. Nick, this will be an off-the-air podcast story. We'll tell you, and then we'll let the gentleman himself tell you.
That's amazing. I gotta hit him up now. That's so funny.
This is a gentleman that I have access to.
Yes,
you know this gentleman. That's funny as hell.
And we're gonna get a text in the group chat as soon as he hears this.
Eric, recap the list so we can move it head to head.
Yeah. So Jermaine, top 5 worst places to shit yourself. Jermaine went top of a mountain, middle of a training exercise, on a run/workout, on an amusement park ride, or in the middle of sex. I went on an airplane, at your wedding, in a wetsuit, during a presentation in the back of a cop car. Nick went a different city, close to the toilet, sports practice, church, and driving.
Fire. Let's get into head to head. So this week, Eric, you just walk us through it.
Yeah, so this was week 44. Pretty god-awful week for the podcast in general.
Status quo, baby.
We're all swinging for the fence. Well, everybody except for me this week was swinging for the fences, and it didn't work out. Jermaine went 1-2. bringing them to 47, 78, and 1 on the season, down 13.3 units. Nick has extended his losing streak to well beyond 20 at this point.
Dude, you need to get us the number.
I'll get it right now after this. So he's 0-3 last week.
Just select the cells. It tells you how many cells you selected.
All right, so let's just scroll here.
No, not like that.
Oh, damn. Can't do it. I'll figure it out.
I'll do it on my end. Keep
9
to 28.
9 to 28.
Yeah.
That's 19.
So
20. I'm on a 20-game losing streak. A 20-bet losing streak.
That's sorry, buddy. But yeah, 0-3, 42 and 83 on the season, or 42, 83 and 2 on the season, down 14.3 units. Nick was at one point our highest in units, and now he has reached the lowest we've ever gone in units. So huge arc there for you, buddy. And then I went 0-3, 47, 79 and 0 on the season, down 0.7 units. Nevada went 0-3, 47, 76, 1, down 4.4 units. Guys, there's a way to make money. Just do the opposite of what we say.
Yeah, we need to start posting these bets. Yo, Eric, you should have stuck to what got you there. We told you. We warned you this would happen.
I literally picked a parlay that if I had picked the opposite parlay, I would have won. And then the Lakers, come on, man. I'm never again. And then Oklahoma State. How do you beat Oklahoma and then lose 45-6 to fucking UCF?
You didn't even finish the Lakers sentence before you were probably already betting them again.
Probably.
You're like, man, the Lakers, I'll take them again.
Whatever. Shit happens, dude.
He's gonna. You know he is.
100%.
You know how many times he's told me, I'm never betting the Lakers again, and then they're always in a goddamn parlay.
Dude, it's like a college girl on Sunday being like, I'm never drinking again. Come Thursday, there she is.
Shit, I've said that a couple times too.
No, yeah, I'm shocked.
I said it and then didn't drink for 6 months, and Nick was not happy with me.
I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with you. That was a quitter move.
He was just like, "Are you serious? You still haven't drank?
Are you seriously not drinking?"
I was like, "Man of my word, my guy." All right, no, what the fuck headline is, again, to all the listeners out there, if you have any what the fuck headline suggestions, like, for example, Fairborough, North Dakota, they were apparently watching film in the showers because they didn't have anywhere else to do it. And they did a GoFundMe and raised $500,000 to make over their facility to get them a room to watch film at. I forgot I read that this week. That's pretty crazy to me.
That's a cool story, though. That's like they got.
It doesn't have to be bad. It could be good things. So it's just a what the fuck headline. Why were they in the shower in the first place? Why did it take a GoFundMe to get them out of the shower?
I always
was Sandusky there?
Ooh.
These are the hard-hitting questions that we need answers to.
All right, so
let's get into the blind five.
Hold on. For my story I told earlier, I found the article just now. So a Spanish man.
I feel targeted.
A Lithuanian man.
All right, Eric,
apparently faked. Yeah, Eric, this your people. Faked a heart attack at 20 restaurants to avoid paying the bill in the Spanish city of Alicante. In total, the meals that he purposely used the tactic to avoid paying cost over $800, which is kind of low.
My guy got to 20 times.
Dude, listen to how he got caught. He tried to exit this restaurant, telling the workers that he had money, but he had to retrieve it from his hotel room, which it never works, right? When they didn't let him leave, he purposely staged a heart attack for a $37 check.
That's so funny.
He was not by himself, by the way. He was with a group of at least 4 people each time.
And they all did heart attacks with him?
No, he was the only one.
Bro, there's got to be some friend intervention at some point. Like, hey, buddy, you got to stop faking these heart attacks, man.
The thing is he's going to fake them, and then they're going to actually be at dinner.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a legit heart attack, and nobody's going to believe him. That boy that cried wolf stuff. Let's get into blind five.
With fire.
Playing fire.
All right. So for this blind five, let's see which one I want to go with first. I'm going to go with Independence Day.
Oh, alien movies, Nick.
Alien
90s,
movies.
90s fucking blockbusters.
Will Smith movies?
No, we know it's not that, dude. Can't be Will Smith movies. Independence Day is fire. I think I'm going 3. What do you think?
I was gonna say 2, but
Okay, I'm good with 2, dude. Independence
Two?
Day is,
Independence Day is
fire.
All right. All right. Next one, Men in Black.
it's Will Smith movies, dude.
dude.
I'll put Men in Black at 3. It's a fire movie, but I'm gonna reserve 1.
I would go lower.
You go 4?
I think it's great, but yeah, I think Men in Black is 4.
Okay.
You okay with that?
4 or 5.
Captain America over here. Best of the best of the best with honors, sir. You don't even know why we here.
All right. The next one, I'm going to go with Predator.
Alien movies. Okay. Man.
Which
the original.
Which
we have to stick with the original.
The original?
Yeah, for this one.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
I go
too fucking
5.
many, dude.
I think I go 5. Like, it was dope, but it wasn't like the comics were always cooler.
A lot better movies have come out since Predator.
Yeah.
If we were
that Hulu one, that one was
I'll buy on 5. I'll bite on 5.
Damn, I never thought.
Yo,
they
one
could put Arnold
ugly
at 5,
son of
dude.
a bitch. He's not number 1.
It's a fire movie, but can you really put him 1 or 3?
We'll see. The next one, District 9.
That's a
I hate that movie.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a good movie.
So I'm good with 3. I have to rewatch it. My friends have always told me to rewatch it. I think I might have just been tired and grumpy when I went to go see it in theaters, and I fell asleep and it said it was stupid and slow and boring. And I never watched it. So
It's a pretty solid movie. So Nick, you agree with
I had
3?
to give it another shot.
I mean, yeah, I'm not giving it 1.
Yeah, definitely not 1. Sounds like we should put Independence Day
I
at
swear
1.
to God, if this next fucking movie is like Paul or something.
Space Jam.
Signs.
Yeah, I don't even.
The aliens are just Jews. That's Mel Gibson's take.
Do you guys want me to just do a different submission?
No. Did you switch it? That's what I felt like you did at the last second. Was it always Signs?
No.
All right, we're stuck with Signs at 1.
1. I don't like it, but that's how Blind 5 goes. This is the first Blind 5 we've messed up.
No, it's not the first one. We messed up. Was it the Hot Time Machine one?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The point of me doing it is in a weird order is to try to get you guys to have shitty lists. Like that's the competition between us.
Yeah, like we ended up with Sex Tape at Alpha.
Yeah.
Or
bad.
1. And that's just I've never even seen that movie.
Honorable mentions that were I had a list of more alien movies. So there was going to be E.T., Mars Attacks. Paul was on there.
Cowboys versus Aliens.
I
Alien
love
versus
that
Predator. Aliens.
I love Aliens.
And
Covenant or what's the
Faculty.
Arrival. I had Arrival written down.
Oh, Arrival is fire.
But I figured if I said Arrival at any point, it was going to go number 1. So,
although I think I would rather have Independence Day over Arrival. Just me personally. Independence Day, dude, that speech, it doesn't matter what time of day. It doesn't matter if I've been awake for 7 days in a row. That thing is going to get me fully erect, and I'm impregnating the world.
100%.
As my boy Kendrick Lamar likes to say, for 72 hours.
Yeah. Everybody can get it. Yeah.
Bro, that speech in Independence Day. Also, like, it looked fantastic. Like, the effects they put into that bad boy, it looked fantastic growing up. I haven't watched it in a very long time. Now I'm curious to see
it's still great. No, it's still a great movie.
Did you guys like the sequel?
Goldblum, dude. You know what I mean?
And Will Smith, one of the greatest actors of our generation.
I just want to make a memo. I just want to make a statement on. I don't hate Will Smith.
You lying ass.
I just watched Hitch today while I was eating Taco Bell napping.
It's you can't do 3 things at once, Eric.
I fell asleep towards the end of the movie, but not because I didn't like it. I don't hate Will Smith.
You listen, check
I
the
hate
tape.
that
You
people
took
think
a
he's better
stand.
You are just literally coming because public backlash is coming against you.
No, this is not I'm not recanting any statements.
This is you recanting you hating Will Smith because you're racist.
This is your hashtag Me Too moment.
How are we getting there all of a sudden? How
What
are
do
we
you
making
mean?
that leap?
You don't like Will Smith because he's a black actor, right?
Oh my God, can we? This is going on the internet forever, and I gotta talk to my dad at Thanksgiving and be like, "I swear to God, Dad, I like your people."
Oh, his people, huh?
Yeah, his people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is your Me Too movement and your Me Too moment. You're
Fuck
trying
Will
to
Smith.
you're trying to backpedal. Just stick to your guns.
I'm gonna name some other good actors.
Said he was whack.
Let's do blind 5 with actors.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. Morgan Freeman,
3,
Jamie Foxx,
5,
Chadwick Boseman,
4,
Idris Elba,
2,
Will Smith.
6.
Oh, now you ranking black people?
Oh my God.
There was no win. I did not see that coming.
Hey, that was a good one. High five. You got me on that one. That was a good burn.
I'm impressed. I thought of 5 black actors that quickly.
Wow, what does that say about
Yeah.
you?
Come on now.
We already know that I'm not the racial equality of this podcast.
That's what that purple flag behind you is for.
Abita. Drink it. It's beer.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was Abita black man.
Okay. Okay, now this isn't Eric's room, okay?
Oh my God. You guys know I have a dad and brothers who potentially.
It's like it's funny.
Right. I have plenty of family who's black. Yeah.
I have a black friend.
Yeah,
I have a black friend.
I have a black dad, right, Eric? Right.
I hate that I have to do that because it does feel like the black friend card, but it's my truth.
Eric,
this is my truth.
I have so many black dads, you know.
Dude,
me too,
just
brother.
take the jokes in stride. Nobody thinks you're racist.
My thing is playing the victim, bro.
Bro,
I'm just doing
you're
what
not
I'm doing.
taking it in stride where you have to say, I have a dad, I swear.
Right, I swear.
No, I say that mostly just because I want people to know I have a black dad, so they think I have swagger and shit.
Right, but Will Smith is a terrible actor.
No, he's. Yeah, he's a terrible actor. Fuck you, Nick. This is a terrible conversation. Let's move on.
Hey, that was a pincer movement, by the way.
You keep catching them, dude.
Jesus,
How does he, like, we've done this bit so many times. How does he not see it coming?
I'm just gonna go get a Will Smith tattoo to shut you guys up.
Next to your panda tattoo.
Yeah, but it's got to be Will Smith from Shark Tale.
Right.
No, I was gonna get the one where he had like from Hitch, where he had the allergic reaction to the fish.
Oh, bro, that's such a good movie. Also, you only watched that because
I was gonna put that picture and then put George Floyd under it and see if people can tell the difference.
How in all of this did you still end up being the most racist person?
Because it's a joke.
Eric, mention your dad real quick.
Daddy, I love you. Black Daddy, I love you more.
Oh my God.
All right, now that we've been canceled for the last 7 minutes, let's go ahead and get into week 10 of the NFL. It seems a little juvenile now.
Oh God.
Oh, bro, that's so good. I'm so weak right now. Week 10 went off without a hitch. Bears over Panthers, Vikings over Saints, Colts over Patriots, Texans over Bengals, Steelers over Packers, Buccaneers over Titans, Browns over Ravens, 49ers over Jaguars, Cardinals over Falcons, Lions over Chargers, Cowboys over Giants, Seahawks over Commanders, Raiders over Jets, and Broncos over Bills. Nick, to you for your 2 takeaways from the week.
The Panthers made a mistake. I you know, Jermaine, you had a rant earlier in the week on our text message group about people counting out quarterbacks because, you know, Carolina is last or bottom 5 in the league in all of these metrics that really matter to a quarterback, right? And I truly believe that. But I'm just not excited. Like I said this to Katie. I'm just not excited to watch Panthers football. I just don't. I turn on the games, I watch the games, and I find myself getting up to. I find myself in times where, yeah, we weren't good with Cam Newton. Yeah, we weren't good with Jimmy Clausen. Yeah, we weren't good with Jake Delhomme sometimes, but I was locked into every one of those games. I find myself now increasingly checking my Instagram, like watching reels, going up to do something. Oh, you need me to take out the garbage? Sure, I'll take out the garbage.
Trying to knock out that honey-do list during the Panthers game.
Right. And I used to only do that if I was like really, really mad. Like, fuck the Panthers. I'm going to go clean my car. But then I would like slowly like.
Yeah, you should be like, yeah, are we making a comeback though? Like,
my head back in. Oh, yeah, we're not coming back because we suck.
You're looking through the window.
Third quarter.
Oh, is that a first out?
Is there a chance?
Yeah. So to give paint a little picture for the Nick, the Carolina Panthers this season, their tight ends and wide receivers are below league average separation per route run. Their offensive line gets beat the most percentage-wise, right?
Swinging gate blocking policy, I believe it's called.
Terrible. QB pressure, second in the league. Fourth most sacked quarterback. Play action rank, 31st in the league. Now, that's coaching. 31st in explosive plays. Quarterback blitz rate, that means how often Bryce Young is seeing a blitz is only 28%. So they're losing to 4 or 3-man rushes. Their deep ball percentage is 31%. Like, it seems pretty difficult to bury Bryce Young when all of that is on the same field at the same time.
And I'm not, but
I get what
don't get me wrong. I'm not burying Bryce Young. He is just the most boring quarterback ever.
Yeah, I was just annoyed with the internet, so I started doing research on that shit.
Second takeaway. If I were to tell you that two teams combined for 48 points, right? It's a pretty decent number of points. It's above average for the NFL this year.
One team scored 3.
No.
Oh.
No, both teams scored 48 points and the spread was inside 3 points. How many passes completed in the game?
Both teams combined scored 48.
Mm-hmm. Spread was inside 3.
So it was settled by 3 points.
Uh-huh. How many completed passes in the game?
I feel like the answer is lower, but you got to default to at least 40, 45.
Taylor Heineke and Kyler Murray in the Atlanta-Arizona game combined for 27 completed passes over 48 points.
Yeah, Tyler Heineke didn't play the whole game.
Right.
So what did Desmond Ridder do then?
Doesn't Desmond Ridder know how to throw the football?
Bro, he got benched unceremoniously.
Heineke went 8 for 15. Desmond Ridder went 4 for 6. Kyler Murray went 19 for 32.
Okay, so 4 more.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to piggyback right there. The Arizona Cardinals should not get rid of Kyler Murray. I know that's what everyone is like preaching for them to do. They should use the pick to draft a quarterback and trade Kyler Murray and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, I don't think they should do that. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I know Kyler Murray is an easy target to hit, especially since he's so low to the ground.
Nice.
But he is a good quarterback. And if you give him weapons and a team around him, I think he would be good enough to play pretty good football in the NFL. So we'll see how Arizona goes. My stance is I think the best way for team building is to keep Kyler Murray, trade back, right? Trade back, get a bunch of capital, see the Bears, right? See the Bears with how they're raping the Panthers right now. And build a better team around him with more top-notch talent. I really think that's the way they should proceed. But I may be small minority there because I know Kyler Murray's not a big fan.
So who does he go if he leaves the Cardinals?
Atlanta. That's the team I want him to go to.
Yeah.
You don't think that'd be a crazy offense with him?
No, I think it will be. I just don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I know. But so my thing was just like, who do I want him to go to? It's not Atlanta, obviously, because I call them the Falcons for a reason. But it's the team that makes the most sense, if that makes any sense from where I'm coming from. But anyways, I'll get into the next thing. Don't look now, but Deshaun Watson might be back.
And a Deshaun Watson might be back with that Browns defense is a formula for success in the playoffs. And he doesn't have Coach O'Brien blowing halftime leads for him.
Kind of crazy.
So,
and don't look, they scored 24 points in the second half against the Ravens.
Yeah, I know nobody's a fan of Deshaun Watson either, so maybe I'm just on like pushing back against the rhetoric. And for dislike them all you want for the reasons. There were settlements, so I don't know how you can take that or how you want to take that or perceive that. Yeah, he's probably a pretty shitty dude, but looking like he's going to be good at football again.
He can chuck a pigskin.
Yeah. And from that perspective, I think the Browns, we might have to start paying attention to the Browns as not only just a division winner, which is crazy because Baltimore looked amazing. And so Cleveland was able to outpoint them in a shootout, which is not something that I would confidently have said about this Cleveland offense, maybe a week or two ago. So this division is going to be awesome. Shout out Mike Tomlin, Coach of the Year. Always got to plug that. Coach of the Year every year. Greatest coach of all time.
Every year.
Just missed me. His team has been outgained on the offensive side of the ball because of Nick's favorite OC. Every single game this year. Every single game. Mike Tomlin is a savage. All right, Eric, let's get your 2 takeaways before we get into the betting slate.
I would say first takeaway is certain organizations are, for a lack of a better term, fucking stupid. The Chargers, the Falcons need to take a look at Las Vegas and see that sometimes changing a coach, even if it is in the middle of the season, might actually improve your team, especially with all the talent. Like the fact that what's his face is still in the LA Chargers coach is, come on, man, this guy's got to go, dude. He clearly can't win with this fucking team, and they're stacked.
That'd be Brandon Staley.
Yeah, fuck Brandon Staley. And then Arthur Smith, after seeing what Bijan did this week, fired because you obviously don't know what you're doing. So gone. Bye. And then my second takeaway, or actually, yeah.
Before you get into your second one, hold that thought. Eric, can you tell me where Drake London was drafted?
Drake London was drafted, I believe, 8 or 10, but let me go look.
I think it's pick 7. Kyle Pitts was pick 4.
Drake London.
You can see the trend I'm going for here.
He was drafted. How is this possible? 8th overall.
He was 8th overall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kyle Pitts was round 1, pick 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Bijan Robinson was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to double check. Oh, pick 8 as well.
Oh, wow.
So they have 3 top 10 offensive weapons in the NFL. And these aren't like 3 Laquan Treadwells. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, shout out.
These aren't 3 Darius Hayward Bays. These aren't 3 fastest man alive Henry Ruggs. Like, these are 3 actual good football players. And they still have a shitty offense. It doesn't make any sense. Even with just average quarterback play, these guys should be doing so much more. It is insane. Arthur Smith needs to go. All right, get into your second thought, Eric.
And lastly, the Dallas Cowboys are bullies. I absolutely hate that they do this. Like, you're going to go out and blow out shitty teams and run up the score and be a bunch of douchebags on the sideline and dancing and celebrating all this crazy shit. Why are you guys being bullies? This is what's going to happen to them in the playoffs. They're going to get their fucking karma because you can't just go bully people when they're down and then fucking tuck your tail between your legs and cry about it on your podcast when you fucking lose to actual competition.
They did get mad when the 49ers ran up the score on them.
So
for them to
fuck them for doing that.
It's kind of shitty.
It's a bad look as an organization. There's a difference between being culture and just being a bunch of idiot bullies in the locker room. And they have no culture. They're just a bunch of bullies. And I can't wait if they make the playoffs for the Niners or the Eagles to see them so we can send their ass packing.
Okay. And
that's a lock, too.
Write this down. Put it in the lock.
That's a lock.
Put it in the lock. Because if you guys get smoked, you going to get crushed.
So what? I won't get crushed because I'll be jumping off a building.
So you will get crushed.
Yeah, but in a different type of way.
Wow, I got dark real quick. Let's go ahead and get into, while Eric's putting that in, we're going to go ahead and get into the Week 11 betting slate. So Week 11 matchups this week: Bengals at Ravens on Thursday, Steelers at Browns, Cardinals at Texans, Titans at Jaguars, Raiders at Dolphins, Cowboys at Panthers, Bears at Lions, Chargers at Packers, Giants at Commanders, Buccaneers at 49ers, Jets at Bills, Seahawks at Rams, Vikings at Broncos, and Monday night, Eagles at Chiefs. Vikings Broncos for the Sunday night game. That actually doesn't seem that bad. I know the Broncos gave up 70 points this year, and they should be made fun of for that for sure. But the Broncos are a game team now. They took down the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah.
And I think both were on the road, were they not?
Yeah. No. Because Patrick Mahomes had never lost on the road, and he did finally. To them, remember?
I don't think Patrick Mahomes has lost to the Broncos.
He had one loss. He had one loss in the division at home, and then
he lost. He lost to the Broncos. Yeah,
before this year's.
Oh no, not before this year's. No.
Not before this year. This was the first one. Yeah, because his statistics against this division are bonkers. But yeah, they beat the Bills on the road, and you were right. They beat the Chiefs at home. Nick, let's go ahead and get into your Nuggets. Eric, if you want to share the DraftKings board for us, poor favor.
Yeah, so 4 teams coming off the bye. Kansas City, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Eagles. So we'll start with Kansas City. Andy Reid has been the coach of Kansas City since 2013. Coming off a bye with Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs are 12-3 straight up, which is the reason that I'm going to add them to a money line parlay. But they are only 7-8. Against the spread. Now, I would advise you taking Philly plus 2.5. However, Nick Sirianni has been the Philly head coach since 2021. So not a lot of data there, but Philadelphia since 2019 is 2-3 against the spread. Or sorry, 2-3 straight up. Jesus, I can't read my own notes here. 3-2 straight up, and 2-1 against the spread. So no bet there. Los Angeles Rams, Sean McVay has been the head coach since 2017. The Los Angeles Rams are 4-3 straight up, and against the spread, coming off the bye underneath him. Give me the Rams plus 3, or whatever it is. It is. 1. Give me a Rams money line then.
Rams money line.
Okay. Rams money line. The last team coming off a bye, Miami, Mike McDaniel has been the head coach since last year. However, Miami, since 2019, 3-1 straight up and against the spread. They also fill another nugget, which is we like to fade West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast early. The Las Vegas Raiders are traveling into Miami for an early game. Miami minus 12.5. Give me the 12.5 points.
That's a spread, but that
You
gotta fade the early game. You got the coach coming off a bye.
And the Raiders are far, far too confident. 2 cigars in the locker room, 2 cigar parties in the locker room. You're kidding me.
That's how much they hate Josh McDaniels, bro. Just EPE nugget. Patrick Mahomes is 29-4 against the AFC West in his career,
including
counting this season, including the playoffs. Including the playoffs. That's sad.
If we faded the West Coast team traveling to the East Coast early, it hasn't really paid off that well for our Knicks Nuggets. It's 4-4 straight up on the year, 3-5 against the spread. So the spread looks pretty good for that Las Vegas matchup. 2 teams last week who scored less than 10 points. Luckily enough for us, they play each other. So I'm not taking any action in that. The Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That game is at 6.5 right now. Yeah.
It's gonna be a stinker of a game.
If I had to lean away based on Knicks Nuggets and what we're looking at, dogs scoring less than 10 points, and then having a spread less than 10 points the next week are 11-8-3. That's 57%. Whereas favorites after scoring less than 10 points are only 6-7. But I'm not gonna go anywhere with that. This week has been one of the most impressive weeks for spreads over 9.5 points. Looking at the betting slate right now, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 games where the spread is greater than 9.5. You have the Bears and Lions, where the spread is 9.5. You have the game we've already mentioned, the Raiders and the Dolphins, where the spread is 12.5. The Giants, Washington, where the spread is Commanders minus 10. The Dallas, Carolina game, where the spread is Cowboys minus 10.5. And then the Tampa Bay, San Francisco game, where the spread is San Francisco minus 11.5. So here's what I'm going to do, right? Normally, when the spread is greater than 9.5, we like to take the under. The under this year is 8-12 in those games. That's hitting at 40%. That's not really a good. We also like to take the underdog, aka the team that is getting all the points. However, it is 12-8 to the favorite this year. That's 57% against the spread and 7-3 straight up. So that being said, Eric, I will add to my Kansas City moneyline parlay the Detroit Lions, the Miami Dolphins, the Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys, and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to add them all to my moneyline parlay. However, I think that's, and we'll get into it here with some of our division games. The New York Giants traveling into Washington. The Giants are 4-1 in the last 5 years when they travel into Washington. This total for this game set at 38 right now. The total has been over 38 4 of the last 5 games. The average points in those games was 58, and the lowest total in those 4 games that were over 38 was 43. However, the spread has been inside 10 points 8 of the last 10 games. So I'm going to do 3 bets here on this game. Give me over 38. I also want to play it up.
It's over 37.5 right now.
37.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so give me over 37.5. However, I want to play up to over 42.5. So if we can find the odds on what 42.5 is. But I also want to play New York Giants plus 10.
I'll get you the odds on that.
Thanks, dude. Because I just wanted to, Nick, for your parlay, your 6-way parlay for the favorites. That is a plus 317.
Plus a 317. That's pretty good. I like that. More divisional games split in. I mentioned some games that have this
over 42.5.
Over 42.5.
Plus 163.
Fantastic. I mentioned another divisional game that has that crazy big spread over 9.5. That would be the Chicago Bears traveling into Detroit to play the Lions. Last year was the first loss for the Bears in 5 years. However, that same nugget applies for the spread. The spread has been inside 10 points 8 of the last 10 games. I will also take Chicago plus 10 against the Detroit Lions.
Plus 9.5.
Plus 9.5. A couple of other divisional games it's going to be good to get some action on. Cincinnati, the Bengals traveling into Baltimore. The Bengals traveling into Baltimore they're 1-4 in the last 5.
Oof.
That's not
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Not a lot of action on this. However, the total in this game is currently set at
46.
46. The total has been under 46 points 4 of the last 5 years. Give me Cincinnati, Baltimore under 46, especially with a line that high in an AFC North divisional matchup. Speaking of AFC North divisional matchups, because we're a professional podcast, the 1 p.m. game on Sunday, Pittsburgh traveling into Cleveland to play the Browns. Pittsburgh in the last 5 years traveling into Pittsburgh, 1-3-1. They did have a tie 5 years ago. The Cleveland Browns have scored over 21. No action here for me. Just a quick little nugget. Cleveland has scored over 21 points 4 of the last 5 matchups. A game that I mentioned earlier with teams scoring less than 10 points. Tennessee traveling into Jacksonville. They are 3-2 in the last 5 when they travel into Jacksonville. However, the spread, 3 of the last 5, the spread has been outside 13 points. Eric, what do we have on a Jacksonville minus 12.5? Can I play Jacksonville minus 12.5?
Let me see here.
Cleveland over 20.5 is plus 110.
Okay, so there we go. So I guess I will take something in the Pittsburgh Cleveland game. Cleveland over 20.5 team total points.
You want the Jags minus 12.5?
Jags minus 12.5.
Plus 183.
Okay, I'll also take the Jags minus 12.5. Man, if all these hit, that'd be a crazy bet. That'd be a crazy
This
parlay.
is in a parlay?
No. These are individual bets.
Oh, okay. I was just
saying if you parlay them together.
It's like, what a maniac.
that would be pretty good.
Can't hit a parlay with normal lines. He's like, let me buy all these points.
Yeah, let me buy all these points up. 2 more divisional games. The Jets traveling into Buffalo to play the Bills. The Jets are currently on a 3-game losing streak traveling into Buffalo. In the last 5, they are 2-3. Buffalo has scored over 20 points 4 of the last 5. Eric, let's add Buffalo to this favorites parlay.
You're a brave soul, bro.
That is a brave bet.
Yep.
The final division game, Seattle traveling into Los Angeles to play the Rams. Last year, Seattle kicked the monkey off their backs, traveling into Los Angeles. They have had 1 win to break the 4-game losing streak. However, in the last 5 years, the Rams have not scored less than 20 points in this matchup. And the Los Angeles Rams, who we already took the money line for earlier, based off of Sean McVay as the head coach, the Rams are 5-2 against the Seahawks in LA in the 7 years since they've moved to Los Angeles. A couple of other lines to support my Buffalo bet. Buffalo coming off a rest disadvantage game since they played Monday Night Football. They are 7-6 against the spread, 8-5 straight up. And the New York Jets have a rest advantage since 2019, 4-10 straight up, 5-8-1 against the spread. Let's see, the Minnesota game, Minnesota-Denver. Minnesota is 8-6 straight up since 2019 when they have a rest disadvantage, 6-8 against the spread. Denver 4-8 straight up, 6-6 against the spread. No real action there for me though.
Minnesota has the advantage of rest this game.
Right, exactly. Did I say disadvantage? I meant it. They have Minnesota has the rest advantage. Looking at, there's no other real advantages for the game for the Knicks Nuggets. So what do you got, Eric? What's the what are the odds? What did Buffalo increase the favorite?
Plus 458.
458. Okay, That sounds good. Well, that's all I have for Knicks Nuggets.
7 picks in
week 11.
It's not even over 500. That's crazy. I am gonna echo Nick's sentiments and take the under in the Cincinnati-Baltimore game. So I'll take under 46 at minus 110. I'm currently in the fading of primetime games. They're overs. I'm fading that, especially this year, which offenses. I mean, we're playing 16 backup quarterbacks across the league or some crazy number like that. So you kind of expect it. Dallas Cowboys minus 10.5. Sure. Let me get that. I think it's going to be a bloodbath, especially since Carolina Panthers don't know how to run the football. And everyone heard the stats I just gave earlier about that swinging gate blocking they've got. So Michael Parsons should eat in this game. I am tempted to take over 42.5 because I think the Cowboys could hit it by themselves, but I'm not going to. That's just a nugget for the listeners out there. Las Vegas versus Miami. I agree with Nick. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins minus 12.5 at minus 112. They're just too jovial for it to keep going. Miami Dolphins beat up on bad teams. They're off a bye week, and I believe Devon Achane is supposed to be coming back this week, so that's another weapon for that team to have to stop. I do like the Raiders' defense. I don't think they get it done. I am going to ride Chicago Bears plus 9.5 here at minus 108. And this may be idiotic, but I'm taking this line now in the hopes that Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert play. If those two guys come back, I think they can absolutely get that line, lose a sub-10 football game. In my most fascinating matchup of the week, I might have to start highlighting these matchups, but we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Houston Texans. The Arizona Cardinals own the Houston Texans first round draft pick this year, but they also own their own. So does Arizona go the route of losing, right? The 2-8 Arizona Cardinals, do they go the route of losing to maintain the value of their pick, or do they beat the Houston Texans to lower the value of their pick?
I
Or
say
to,
NFL
to
teams,
increase the value?
they tie. Because NFL teams are not smart, they tie.
They tie. Eric, can you get us the odds for a tie on that? That's outrageous. I think I just want to bet it now just because. I don't even know where you find that bet.
They do have. I mean, I've seen it before in the past. So.
All right. Well, Nick, since you're not picking games, you want to look that up for us?
Yep.
All right. We'll go into the Giants Commanders.
Wait, did you take any action on the Houston Cardinals, or I missed it?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
No. I do. So I want to take the tie. Give me Cardinals plus 4. I'll take Kyler Murray to lose by a field goal.
A tie is plus 7,500.
You want that, Jermaine?
Hell yeah. Give me that too, dude. Because if it's a tie, then the Cardinals bet hits as well. We'll move into the Giants Commanders. Oh my God. Every bit of me wants to take Giants plus 10. And I just can't bring myself to do it. Tommy DeVito, I can't do it. Give me Giants plus 10 at minus 115, though. Very next game.
You got to. The Commanders are not that good.
Exactly. And their defense is worse now. So I actually kind of want to take over 37.5 in that game as well, just because I think the points will be aplenty in that. So, you know what? Give me over 37.5. I'm going to ride Nick on both those bets. This game is fascinating. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Cleveland coming off that emotional win. Give me Pittsburgh plus 4. And give me Pittsburgh money line. I don't know what it is. Mike Tomlin has some sort of fairy dust coming out his pee-pee that just allows him to win these football games because it's wild at this point. All signs say I should pick the Tennessee Titans plus 6.5. I've been burnt too much by this team this year. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars minus 6.5, and I'm going to sweat that game into oblivion.
100%.
Very next game. Look, dude, I'm over the goddamn Chargers. I'm over the Chargers. Give me Packers money line. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 11.5-point dogs versus 49ers. This is a full-strength 49ers. Everyone came out of the game healthy. I want nothing to do with that game. Jets, Bills. You know what? I was clowning that Bills pick. I was. It's just everything looks so wrong for them right now. They fired their offensive coordinator. Stephon Diggs' brother is complaining. And I think that might have been why Stephon Diggs' brother, he has a name, Trevon Diggs, was complaining, right? I think that might be why Stephon Diggs was upset in the offseason, right? So maybe it was the offensive play calling. It was the lack of creativity. It was the over-reliance on Josh Allen to be special. Nothing looks easy. Them and the Saints, nothing looks easy offensively from those two teams. And none of them have an identity. They don't want to run the football. For some reason, Latavius Murray and Damian Harris and just everyone else is an option besides James Cook. I think you might be right on that Bills pick. I'm going to stay away from that, but just for the listeners, I think that Bills money line in a parlay might actually be the play. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks money line here, minus 112. The Los Angeles Rams are terrible when they can't run the football, and they can't run the football right now without Kyren Williams. He won't be back this week. He's not expected to be activated. He's not allowed to be activated from IR. So I'll take the Seattle Seahawks in what is an interesting divisional matchup. The Minnesota Vikings versus Denver Broncos, give me over 43.5. And the Minnesota hype train continues to roll on as they make a push for the NFC playoffs. Give me the Minnesota Vikings at plus 110. And the matchup of the week, Super Bowl rematch. Both teams coming off a bye. They want everyone healthy. Give me over 45.5. This is going to be an absolute battle between two teams. There should be defensive scores. So if you want to bet, defensive score on any one of these two teams, I would absolutely urge you to do it. And I think here, the smart money is to ride with Andy Reid off a bye. That dude is invincible off a bye week. It's wild. But I will take the Eagles money line at plus 120.
Whoa. Woof. All right, Eric, what are your 3 picks?
First pick's going to be a parlay, Minnesota money line and Houston -4 at plus 300. And then I'm also going to take the Philly, Kansas City over at 45.5. And then lastly, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys -10.5 because they're bullies.
Because they're bullies. Sounds so soft every time you say it. Bunch of bullies.
For the Room 303 Eric pick of the week, Eric will take every single one of the dogs of the 9.5 points. Parlayed together.
Like money line?
No, you get the spread,
No.
big fella.
I get the
You
spread.
get the spread.
If
If you're froggy enough for money line, go ahead.
Find the 10.5s and find the dogs in each of them and just pick dogs. Dog.
You want to add this? No, you said the 10.5 one.
Dog.
That's it,
That's
right?
good.
That's it.
Yep.
Plus
There you go.
24-27.
There you go, Eric.
You're welcome. That's a fun bet, dude.
You're welcome.
you get a run. You get a root for chaos, bro. Oh, that's fun. That should just be a bet I submit. Anyways, that's a fun bet.
You're welcome, Eric.
Thanks, buddy.
What's so funny is in games like this, you need each of these teams to score first, right? If they can score first, you have a very good shot at them covering the spread. If they do not score first, then you're probably dead in the water. But
I'm going to go back-to-back weeks with a parlay that would have hit if it went the opposite direction.
no, dude,
That would be
all these spreads are covering.
That would be a crazy spread to just scrap all these and go Panthers to score first, Bears to score first, Giants to score first, Bucks to score first.
Bro, could you imagine that, dude? I don't think I have the stones to take that.
That would be no, it's not first drive, right? It's just score first. How do we find that, Eric?
Very carefully. Let's look through, see if we can't find it.
Yeah, to score first. First to score. Oh, that's first to score
And money line, though.
and money line.
Bro.
Do they not have to score alone?
Whoa.
That's so dumb. Because they. Oh. All right, I'll do that.
To score and money line? Nah.
That's dumb.
Hey,
Carolina.
put score first and lose.
Yeah.
Plus 250. There you go, big
Yeah.
fella.
And then give me the games.
So the next one is Raiders Dolphins.
So it's team props, and then we're going to scroll. First to score and lose. Okay.
Then you have Bears Lions. Very next one.
And then we're going to go team props, scroll. Okay.
Next one is Bucks.
No, Giants.
Oh, Giants Commanders. Yeah.
Team props, scroll.
Oh, we're at plus 50-20 right now.
New York Giants to score first and lose.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Plus 19-101. We got one more. Bucks 49ers.
You gotta love it, dude.
Team props.
Yeah. The chaos,
Oh,
bro.
wait. Tampa Bay to score first. And lose.
Plus 7. No, that's to win.
Oh. No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, no, Tampa.
You picked plus 700 first. That was to win.
Yeah, okay.
So 71,907 is the juice. Make sure can you click into that and make sure that none of them are money line? to score and lose, score and lose, score and lose, score and lose. All right, bet.
And that's what? Scroll down, Eric. Oh, yeah.
71,000.
71,000. Okay.
So let me oh, you can't be what they just said I could parlay it. Now I can't? Fuck you, DraftKings.
Oh, that means because you have 6 bets right now. So something. Oh, what?
They're all the same.
How did they give us odds and then take it away? Those communists.
That's funny.
They vote liberal.
Somebody at DraftKings got a hold of that hitting. That was going to hit.
Someone reviewed the script and they took that parlay option away.
Exactly.
Dog. We got anything else with the 10s and 10s?
Not for me.
Eric?
Nope.
So follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Podcast Room303. Don't forget to check out our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all streaming platforms now. I've been your host, Jermaine Mendez. This has been my co-host, Nicholas Moorhan. And as always, we have with us the EPE. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.